All right, everybody, 4:30 on our Monday afternoon. I'm 10 Tampa Bay Chief Meteorologist Bobby Deskins.
And I'm 10 Tampa Bay Meteorologist James Gregorio.
And the headlines today, I guess, is the cold.
Yeah.
It's getting better.
It is getting better.
So maybe that's it. Maybe the headline is that it's getting warmer.
Right.
We do kind of have a chilly night ahead coming up for us here.
We do.
But we are going to be looking at some warmer air as we get through the middle part of this week, even towards the end of the week. And one more cold night for us, or cooler night, if you will.
Yeah.
And then things are going to start to warm up. And then for our weather, it's actually going to be nice by this weekend, or at least nicer.
Really nice. I mean, upper 70s, so Kids Gasparilla is looking great.
It's looking great right now. That's
Yes.
pressure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I tell you what, there is a storm system brewing in the central U.S. that's going to move across, well, basically from North Texas, Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, the Carolinas. Big time snowstorm, big time ice storm in Georgia and northern Alabama,
South
Mississippi,
Carolina,
these places.
yeah.
Oh, man. And we'll get into that. Let's start with the overall picture, and you can see where the cold air is coming down again for the East Coast, right? This is nothing new here. This is what we've been dealing with. That's the pattern where it kind of comes into the south and the east. That right there, that lift, you see how now it's up here, it's not down here. This is our warming trend, all right? And this is through Thursday. So tomorrow's chilly, but tomorrow afternoon is nice, and every day this week is actually going to be pretty nice.
Better, a little bit warmer, especially the next couple of days.
Yeah. I think we'll see a few extra clouds I was looking at on Wednesday. Some high clouds coming in, but that's
all right.
Nothing to complain about, right? Yeah, it's
exactly.
all right.
Splitting hairs.
Really, right. You're absolutely right. But look at this. I don't know if you saw this, I think it was 1048. Oof. High pressure.
Big area.
Millibars.
Super strong.
Like, that's really high.
Yeah.
And that's what's coming down. And usually that's a sign of some really cold air. And that's exactly what's happened. This is polar air here. This is very, very cold air that's coming down. And this is going to be Saturday, by the way. And at that time, on the southern end down here, Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, is a storm coming all the way across. Right on that ridge, right on that bottom side of the cold air.
Latitude, yeah.
So you're up here, you're in good. You've got enough cold air so it's all snow.
It's a little bit of a block, because not only with that cold air, it's super dry. So a lot of times that might help to suppress that cold air, suppress the moisture
Snowfall
and pushing it a little further south.
Yeah.
So that cold air could eat away at the snowfall totals a little bit and help to drive it further south. So that 1040 high or whatever is a really strong area of high pressure. So it may act as a block.
Yeah, well,
so we'll see.
That's for the Great Lakes.
Yes, yeah.
But what I'm talking about is this
Yes.
area that's in here where we've got the storm. The storm's going to be something like this.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and you can almost draw that line just like this. If you're in
Straight
this
across.
northern area here, that's pretty much all snow.
Yeah.
Except for when you get into Virginia, there's going to be some mix there, North Carolina as well. But then you get down here, and a lot of that is going to be ice. And again, this is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, starting back out here in Texas. Okay, so if you've got travel plans, I know my wife says she doesn't believe, she's not going to believe me. What am I going to do? I'm like, I said, the flight to, I think even Atlanta is going to have some serious issues this weekend. Remember, how many years ago was it? Raleigh.
Yeah, the ice storm.
Had an ice storm,
yes,
and
I
it was
remember
a
that.
nightmare for the roads, and these people were trapped for days out in their cars,
Yeah,
all this stuff. 2 weeks later, it happened in Atlanta, and it happened like nobody knew it was
coming.
nothing.
Right.
And it was in the miles. It was coming. It was forecast, and like you just saw it happen in Raleigh. Right up the road.
Did you think further south you guys would be better off?
There was no prep when it happened to Atlanta.
Right.
Hopefully, they don't get this. I think they do. And hopefully they do prep, because it is going to be
disruptive, to say the least.
Very, very disruptive. So if you've got travel plans in Atlanta northward, Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, you need to check those right now.
Especially Delta. I mean, Atlanta is one of Delta's hubs.
Yeah.
So you're flying through Hartsfield Jackson, you got big head. It's not fun flying through there anyway. So if you are flying through there, I mean, it's not like the beauty of flying through TPA.
Oh, yeah.
So Hartsfield International is the polar opposite. So you might as well be flying through Newark or JFK.
Most people are coming here.
Correct.
You're just moving through
Yeah, but if they
Atlanta.
get through Atlanta and they got to change planes and they're never able to, they're stuck in Atlanta.
No, most likely they'll move a lot of planes out of the way,
Yep.
so they're going to be canceling a lot of flights, and probably, I know, look, we don't do flights here, obviously, we can't do all that, but I can just tell you, weather-wise, their issue is going to be Saturday. Friday night a little bit, but probably what happens, even if it starts early on Saturday with an icing situation, they got to have the planes out of there before that, which means Friday.
Flight cancellations.
Late Friday stuff's probably going to have some issues as far as cancellation goes. And then as we get into Monday, you see the cold air swings back through. So overall, this week will actually be warm. And then I think that's Monday. And then notice it kind of resets.
It does.
We're going to get another cold shot here.
But look what it ends up building. That ridge of high pressure out west has just been like back and back and back. Just keep building in, building in. Like it won't go away.
And when you have that, you have the ridge out west, and then you have the trough in the east.
Right.
And that's what lets the cold air get in, and you get the warm air coming in here. So that's the pattern. That will continue. So let's start here locally, right? We've got temperatures that are chilly. You were saying Newport Richey and Dunedin, 50, 51 degrees.
Currently.
52 right now. In Clearwater. The water temp 63. That's the colder air coming down. Now, temperatures will be chilly tonight. Most areas will stay above freezing, but look what we have. We have what's called a cold weather advisory for just about everybody. That's the light blue you see here. The purple is a freeze warning. I'll talk a little bit more about that coming up, but that's kind of typical. Hernando and Citrus and Sumter, and we've had that. So this is not if you're protecting plants, you should do that. But like now you're kind of used to it at this point.
Right, this isn't the first time this season that we've had that.
Right. But the reason why we have the cold weather advisory is because of the feels like temperature, wind chills later tonight. If you look at the wind, it's not terrible right now. 5 to 10, maybe a little bit more at the coast or if you're right on the water. All right, but tonight those winds are going to pick up a little bit out of the north and the east. And so temperatures will actually drop down into the upper 30s and low 40s, but it's going to feel like the low 40s into the low 30s, especially by early tomorrow morning. So these are the wind chills for this evening. It's going to be nice and dry. We don't have any worries about that. But, 9 o'clock, it's going to feel like 45 degrees outside. So
it's a little chilly. That's feeling cool, That's
a little chilly for us. Here are the lows tomorrow morning. You see it's not terrible, 39 in Tampa. Again, I think the freezing temperatures will be up in Hernando and Citrus County. But you get the idea. There is cold air coming down the spine of the state. And that's what's coming in tonight. And that's why those winds will pick up just a little bit. So the freeze warnings you can see is up here again, Citrus and Hernando County. One more night of this. I think tomorrow will likely be a little bit, well, not tomorrow, but tomorrow night into Wednesday morning will be a little bit warmer. So just keep an eye on that one. But this, I think, is going to be one of the colder ones. It's not quite as cold as what we just had, okay? So 40, maybe 39, 40 for Tampa in the morning, 32 in Brooksville. But look at Land O'Lakes. I did not see, did you ever see what happened this weekend? Friday morning for Dade City.
No.
In Plant City. We're trying to keep, we interviewed a farmer out there.
Oh, for the
kumquats in Dade City.
Okay.
And they're trying to avoid 27 degrees. I know it was going to be close, but I think they stayed just above it.
Okay.
And I don't see any issues with that right now. Plant City will be in the mid-30s tomorrow morning. All of that should stay above freezing. That's the good news. Pinellas County, always one of the warmer spots in these situations, and that's mid-40s to get started. Now, here's that storm system. Watch Thursday, Friday. I stopped it right here. All right, watch what happens in Texas and Oklahoma, Kansas. You see that snow starting right there? That is Friday evening, Saturday morning. But notice what, and this is early Saturday morning too. Notice what's happening as we get into Tennessee, this area right in here. This is snowfall accumulation, all right? So this is snow. It's already snowing in here. Not a lot, but it's just kind of started snowing, starting to add up. It's obviously been snowing really good here. Watch as we get into Saturday night and Sunday morning.
Look at that band of, 18 inches.
Memphis.
You're right.
Almost 2 feet of snow. Now, let me caution you here. This is a forecast model. This is just the European model, which is one of the better ones, all right? It's one of the ones that I favor, especially in this situation. But this is going to change a little bit. It probably doesn't change a whole lot. And these numbers will change a whole lot.
Yeah.
Right? I do think there's certainly a good chance that we get anywhere from 15 to 20 inches in some of the heavier spots. Right? I think most of this area will get 8 to 12 inches of snow. And that's a lot in some of these areas.
That's a lot of snow.
Maybe not most of this area, but you can see the center part there. And then see the line right here.
Sharp cutoff.
And watch what happens. That is ice.
Yeah. So it cuts off from snow, but doesn't go away. So Atlanta, it's not like you're not getting something.
Right.
You might actually, it might be worse getting 1.2 inches of ice in Atlanta than getting 20 inches of snow in Memphis.
So the system is coming from here, and it's going to push up in this direction. Underneath that is cold air. All right? So the moisture's coming up, and it's actually warming in the lower levels, and it's going to start to fall as rain. But the cold air, you see it coming down, is right at the surface. When you go up, and you're in Atlanta Saturday, and you go from the ground up, it's actually going to get warmer up there. And so what is normally snowflakes, or whatever form of frozen precip at that point, it's starting to melt. It's down. It's just rain.
It's an inversion.
Right?
Yeah.
But right at the surface, and I mean 10 feet, 100 feet, if that, it's 32 degrees or more. And so the trees are 32 degrees. The roads, especially the overpasses, they're 32 degrees, right?
The cold
Maybe
air gets kind of dammed up, a little cold air damming.
That's exactly what's happening here. This is a cold air damming situation with what's called overrunning, which is the moisture coming in over top of it. The atmosphere in this area here is obviously cold enough from the ground all the way up, right? There's not that warm, we call it an inversion, a temperature inversion, because normally it's warm here, colder, 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 right? But if you go warm and all of a sudden it's cold and all of a sudden it gets warm again, that's an inversion. And that's exactly what's going to be happening over Atlanta.
And it's really hard. It's something that's really hard to forecast. It creates lots of problems.
Where is that line? So the GFS is a little further south with it. It thinks there's just more snow in North Georgia and Alabama and even in South Carolina, the high country, than what the European is. Let me get all this mess off of here. So this is going to change. But again, if you've got, guys, this is from Philly to D.C., all the way through Tennessee and Kentucky and Missouri and Oklahoma. We're talking the entire states, right, of Arkansas, Oklahoma.
Now look at the irony of this. Indianapolis and Columbus, 1.3 inches of snow, 1.7 inches of snow. So on the face of it, Memphis may have 20 inches more of snow than Columbus, Ohio.
Easily, yeah.
So depending, and I think part of that is, if I'm looking at and putting everything together correctly, I think it's those blocking highs to the north that's keeping that band sort of in the middle latitude.
Well, and that's wherever that high is going to go.
Yeah.
That's the whole forecast. Sometimes, and then what's going to happen on top of this is you're going to get a lot of snow and a lot of ice on the ground here, and then remember, we have that colder air coming back down because this is going to be next week now, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Now, instead of blowing across this land that doesn't have snow on it, it's blowing across a land that has a bunch of snow, some ice. That keeps that air colder. Colder air can reach further south, and that means that we could get some even colder air as we get into the middle and end of next week. And we'll talk a little bit about that. But this is going to be a big-time storm system, something that we're going to be watching all week long. 4:43. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll show you how this may translate into our weather into next week.
Before hurricane season hits, it's time to prep your home. Familiarize yourself with where your water shutoff valve is located. If backflow prevention devices are installed, get them tested annually.
Those are some great tips, and Cool Today is here to help you weather the storm. For over 60 years, we've been here to help Floridians with their cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs. We can help you prepare, protect, and repair your home. Call 888-40-TODAY.
I was driving when a Ford pickup truck barreled into me from behind, sending me to the hospital.
I knew my husband was going to need an excellent attorney, so I called Dan Newland.
I'm so glad my wife called Dan. Dan really fought for me. He won my case and got me $650,000.
If you've been involved in a car accident, allow me to fight for you. Call me now at 813-888-8000.
Thanks, Dan, for winning my husband's case.
This autumn, give your home the upgrade it deserves. Save up to 20% during California Closet's Autumn Upgrade event, making it easier than ever to transform your space with our select finishes. Whether it's a walk-in closet, home office, pantry, or garage, our designs are about more than organization. They're about creating space for what belongs. We call it practical magic, expert design that feels effortless. Visit one of our 3 Tampa Bay showrooms or schedule your complimentary consultation today at CaliforniaClosetsTampaBay.com.
Windows are created and installed with different levels of quality. Unique quality that can withstand the tropical climate. Our installers only install PGT custom windows and doors, so we are the go-to experts. Don't take my word for it. We have been named Best of Tampa Bay 3 years in a row, Reader's Choice in Sarasota 3 years in a row, and nationally recognized as Window and Door Dealer of the Year. Price is what you pay, but value is what you get. Give WeatherTight Windows a call today, and don't forget the cookies.
All right, 4:45. We've got so a little report here on the winter weather because travel. You were saying you had some snow up in the Jersey area this weekend. Not a whole lot.
A couple inches.
Terrible.
Yeah, 2-3 inches in spots.
I mean, we watched the New England game with snow, right? We watched the other game that had snow as well. So take a look at this. It's been disrupting travel a little bit up and down the coast here, but even through rare snowflakes, we're falling in some places. So take a look at this.
A blanket of snow dropped on millions over the weekend, turning places like Bergen County, New Jersey into picture postcards of winter.
What do you love about the snow?
To play in a snowman.
From New York City to Philadelphia to Alabama, the snow was everywhere, even in sunny Florida, where the panhandle saw flakes fall on palms and frost the white sands at the beach. But along with picturesque scenes, there was plenty of mess. 2 days of snowfall forced many to dig out and navigate dangerous roads.
Got to drive slow. Other vehicles usually is your biggest hazard.
In Brockton, Massachusetts, a mail truck overturned on a slick road, injuring at least one postal worker. Blizzard-like conditions in Fargo, North Dakota forced officials to close sections of the interstate because of blowing snow and zero visibility. And Long Island, New York drivers faced heavy freezing rain. But the slippery conditions were what plenty of sledders wanted. These kids making the most of a cold day in Pennsylvania.
It was really fast. There's like big hills. It's really fun to go down. And it's really hard to climb up.
And temperatures aren't expected to climb up across the central and eastern U.S. until later this week. So the snow should stick around. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
And it's that snow that we were talking about.
Right.
Snowpack makes it colder.
Yep.
And then when we get a snowpack and some ice closer to the south, colder air is coming back in as we get in the next weekend, and that's going to bring some cold numbers. I did want to go one more thing here. Let's go back out to this map, and where you see the pink, the ice, some of those numbers, and again, these numbers are going to change.
Correct.
But 0.1 amount of ice when it's in inches, all right? That's kind of a lot of ice. You get 0.2, 0.3, that is like a lot of ice.
Quarter inch, yeah.
Because it starts to really weigh things down. When you're looking at numbers close to an inch.
That's insane.
Like that will change the landscape in some locations as far as trees getting taken down.
Power outages,
Crazy power outages. Huge with this. So, again, if you have friends or family there, if you have travel issues, just pay attention to this. I hate to put numbers even on here right now because I know they're going to change, but this is what you should see
the
because
potential
this is what the model is
right.
forecasting right now. And when we see numbers like this, we know there's going to be huge impacts. And I mean huge. This is going to be something we'll be talking for a while because it's going to be a power outage thing.
We haven't had a
ice.
big snowstorm, like a big, I mean, I remember the 96 storm, the big 1996, storm of the century, 94, early 94, that was a monster.
Yeah.
93, we had another big one. So, I was actually stuck coming back from spring break in Fancy Gap, Virginia on Route 81. We left High Point, North Carolina, and that storm in 93, March of 93, because we were listening to March Madness on the radio. Okay. March of 93, shut down the I-81 corridor through Virginia at least, and we had to spend the night in the back of like an AMC mini station wagon or whatever that thing was, all at an Exxon gas station, right?
That's college
and then the
right
next
there,
day, that's college right there.
That
so
is
the
college.
next day, it was like Cannonball Run, roads open, and I remember all the way driving back into Ithaca, New York. All you saw were jackknife 18-wheelers in the medium on the side of the road. And it was crazy.
It's going to be wild. That pink there is also a mix of precip. It's not all just ice, so it's just going to be messy. The southern side of that's not going to be as bad. But anyways, that's the deal right now. And then we'll keep showing you this all week, right? So you can kind of see the changes in the models just a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, 4:50. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back.
I was involved in a very bad car accident. Called attorney Dan Newland, and it was like 1, 2, 3. Dan really got it done for me. At the end of my case, he got me $525,000.
As one of the largest personal injury law firms in the United States, my team and I remain committed more than ever to win big on your case. Involved in a car accident? Let's get started. Call me at 813-888-8000.
Thank you, Dan, for winning my case.
This autumn, give your home the upgrade it deserves. Save up to 20% during California Closet's Autumn Upgrade event, making it easier than ever to transform your space with our select finishes. Whether it's a walk-in closet, home office, pantry, or garage, our designs are about more than organization. They're about creating space for what belongs. We call it practical magic, expert design that feels effortless. Visit one of our 3 Tampa Bay showrooms or schedule your complimentary consultation today at CaliforniaClosetsTampaBay.com.
Windows are created and installed with different levels of quality. Unique quality that can withstand the tropical climate. Our installers only install PGT custom windows and doors, so we are the go-to experts. Don't take my word for it. We have been named Best of Tampa Bay 3 years in a row, Reader's Choice in Sarasota 3 years in a row, and nationally recognized as Window and Door Dealer of the Year. Price is what you pay, but value is what you get. Give WeatherTight Windows a call today, and don't forget the cookies.
With a fresh new look and over 60 years of keeping Floridians comfortable, Cool Today is the name to trust for fast same-day service. Cooling, plumbing, and electrical. Our friendly expert technicians take the hassle out of home repair today. And Cool Today is here for you tomorrow, too. That's why we're introducing a parts and labor warranty on select AC systems for a lifetime. For cooling, plumbing, or electrical service, get the best from today and for years to come. Cool Today.
Okay, 4:50, almost 4:52. We got a couple minutes left here, so let's get into our forecast here. We have mainly clear skies out there. It's actually a beautiful day.
Gorgeous.
Remember, the wind picks up a little bit tonight. Let's call it breezy. Here are the rainfall chances as we make our way through Saturday, and there's really not much. Like I mentioned, I do think we see a few extra clouds around on Wednesday. This is Friday at 6 p.m. You see some moisture out there over the Gulf. Okay, watch as we get into Saturday. Still looking good, I think, right?
I'm calling that, I've dubbed that the Florida split on our cold fronts.
No,
it's like, hey, we're approaching Florida. Let's break apart and not give you any rain.
Exactly. But then eventually it will. So
Yeah.
here's Sunday. And remember, we had some rain this past, the other weekend, right? And so the timing's kind of looking to be similar.
Yes.
This is going to change timing-wise, of course, because it's so far out. But we're thinking late Sunday afternoon into the evening hours, chance for rain. And then Monday, some lingering shower activity.
How about that? 2 days in a row.
And then trying to get it out of here by Tuesday morning. So that's going to take a while. And again, these are going to flip-flop. But right now, outdoor plans-wise, Sunday afternoon through Monday afternoon, we want to keep an eye on those. But the weather really between now and then is just going to be really, really nice. Look at these numbers. Average high is 71. That's getting ready to change and go up to 72 here shortly. But, yeah, the GFS is calling for 81 degrees on Friday.